Welcome back. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. So today it's all about capturing a moment, a beautiful moment in time through paint and using the color and the texture to create that beautiful moment. This is the third painting in my Seaside Impressionist series. I hope that you've seen the previous two. If not, I will leave a link in the description. Hi and welcome back to my creative space. I'm Sarah if you are new, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Life is all about moments. How amazing to capture it with paint. So I do love to visit new places, and the painting that I'm sharing today with you is from a lovely trip to Scotland. One of the places that we visited was a beautiful little harbour town called Mallaig on the edge of the Scottish Highlands. We took a train from Fort William to Mallaig, this beautiful little town, going through all the famous Highland areas. It is a beautiful thing to capture moments, and we can do that with a camera, but we can also do that with paint. The town was very special and very magical. As a matter of fact, there was a Harry Potter shop in Mallaig too, so they had their own magic. So sit back, relax and enjoy. If not, get out your paintbrush and paint something with me. Let's look at our supplies for today. Got a variety of brushes. So it's a large painting, so we're going to go in with some large brushes. And I do like the tack-on brush as well. It's so nice to paint with. Got some pointed brushes, some sort of flat brushes there. I might be using a palette. A very big picture. I'll probably use a large painting brush to get some paint on at the beginning. Yeah, and a variety of different paint colors. So in particular, I've got cobalt blue. I do use the Monmora. I like the Monmora satin acrylic premium. Got the cerulean blue. We've got the Tholo blue. I've been slightly obsessed with that color lately. The purple. You can mix these colors up, but they're available, so why not? Sky blue. Turquoise, because that particular area is known for their turquoise waters. Viridian, so we've got some Viridian green here, Viridian medium green. I've got a very bright green, which is Monstral green. The yellow ochre. Black, which I don't normally paint with, but for the roofs I'll mix it with white. And I've got white, of course, titanium white, which I will use throughout the picture. And obviously we've got our water dish. This one is actually previously a cup that my friend made me, and I do cherish it. So yeah, we've got our painting palette and our easel as well. It's a really great easel. It's a Maybeth easel, and I got this from my mum years ago, and it's so fantastic. So definitely be using that. Lots of options with palettes, but I really like to pick this one up. I've got it sitting here at the moment, and it's got a spot for your fingers, and I really enjoy using this palette. And I think because I've got the paint still on from previous times, it just feels fun to have that. I always have some sort of tea towel, gloves, and yeah, so that's my setup for the day. Always fun starting, and I'm just starting with blocking in the blue of the background. Taklon flat, wide, 7.5 millimeters. It's got a lovely softness to it. So with acrylic, it's really easy for your paint to get dry again. So you need to make sure you keep it nice and hydrated. I'd say the mountains were probably going to come up to about here. So we're just going to put the mountains in. We want a good expanse in the sky. I'll do a proper mark through when it's dry. So I'll definitely be doing a lot of reflection in this piece. Putting on some titanium white. I'm really going to bring that in now to really highlight some of the lighter areas. Really want that to be clear for me. Okay, now what we'll do is we're going to clean our brush. Cleaning that up. Alright, so we're going in now a lot more with the white in the sky. I always like the exciting skies. I always end up painting the exciting sky. I think that's part of what I like. I like the mood, atmosphere, the feeling of the day comes through on the sky. Okay, the final thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my titanium white and I'm just going to go right around the edge of the mountain. So I'm really working with ensuring that I understand where the lighter areas are on the canvas in the picture. We'll just do a little bit of a fun play with where we think the houses are going to go, just to make me feel like I've got them in there, but it's not going to be the end of it, but yeah, it's just sort of like a little bit of a feel. Okay, I think that'll do for today. So my approach today, having had a couple of days to, I guess, let it brew, I really want this sky to be larger here. So I'm going to bring the sky down. This is going to be about sky and water reflected and the land in the middle. So I want to bring that down. So I'm going to do a bit more expansive sky here today. And I'm really going to be working on the reflections in the water and the sky. And then I may come back and do a little bit here. I'm not sure, but I think it's really going to be, this will be another day, but we'll see how we go with time. I'm really working on those whites and blues, so I'm going to be using cerulean blue again. I'm going to definitely be having some viridian in there. We'll go with the titanium white, the phthalo blue, which I can never pronounce. And obviously we want our sky blue. I'm going to put a few things on our palette today. Cobalt blue. Finally, we're going to go in with purple. So, literally, it's called purple. I'm going to start with a beautiful brush. It's a 24 Taklin round. It's a really nice brush. It's round, but it's got a slight point to it, so I think it's actually perfect. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to use some pastel gel medium today just to help to thicken some of this because it is a very large picture. Okay, so yeah, just put some of that into the paint. Okay, let's mix that in a little. What we're going to do is we're going to take the village to, we're going to put a line in. So this is completely perfect because it's an angle here. So you can see how it's going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm just working out the dimensions using my finger. I've got to work out the dimensions. So let's see. That's going to be there. So the sky is going to be 2 times that height. And this one, I want to do at least 2 times that height. So I'm thinking, so yeah, I'm going to go to, that will give us that land there. So we're going to take it into here. This is dry, so it's fine. Dry the other day. Okay, I want the sky to be a big part of this, hence why I've taken so much of the sky. It's just where the water meets the land, so it's really clear for me where that line is, yeah? So, there we go. That's that. We're going to take it off straight away because we do not want any issues later. So here we go. Just pull off the band-aid, don't be afraid. Gesso, I was going to call it Jello. in. Just have some fun with it, huh? Oh, the top. Just want to bring it down here now. We're going to move on to it's another Taklon. It's a 12, and it's got a nice little roundness to the top, but not too big. So I think we'll start to do some of the mountains here. So the land, and then the land really comes in here and goes around. So I want the colours to feel richer than life itself. I'm using vibrant blues and warm greens and touches of turquoise in this picture. I'm just putting some water in here just to get a little bit moister, because I walked away for a little bit and it dried. This is the thing about acrylics. It doesn't take long for it to dry, so you've got to make sure it's nice and hydrated. Yeah, really important. Viridian green. All right. Rather than painting every detail, I'm really focused on capturing the atmosphere. So that really peaceful feeling, standing by the harbour, and where light really dances across the water. Go in with a different brush. I'm going to go in with a Monmore size 12. It's like a square brush. Really using loose brush strokes and bold colour, which helps to suggest the scene, and it's not about the detail, so it's inviting the viewer to create in your own imagination the details. It's very much about the feeling. It's about the charm of this beautiful village, and I'm really wanting to capture it through the texture, the colour, the vibrancy of the painting. So yeah, I'm really just building in those gorgeous hills and creating some depth and richness of colour. There's mountains in the distance, so they're obviously going to be a lot darker, and I'm just creating the shadows. So we're going to leave it here for today. I think we've done enough, and we're going to let that dry, and I'm going to come back tomorrow. So for today's session, you can have a look here. I don't know if the light's blocking it, but I've actually cropped the photo for the composition so it's thinner, because it's a slimmer canvas. So in terms of what I'm doing today, I'm really just looking at putting in some of the, I guess, houses in the town, and really tightening up the horizon line, and also working on the reflections in the water. So let's get to it. I'd actually put that on its side. It's going to be easier. There we go. Oh! Alright, there we go. That's better. So I'm just really deepening the colours around the horizon, and also just ensuring that I've got it all in balance. It's a wonderful feeling when you get into that beautiful flow. It really is. So now I'm starting on the gorgeous, quaint houses and cottages across the way, and it's such a charming harbour area. And yeah, so really this is not about detail. This is just creating impressions of the cottages, and obviously putting in some detail, some windows, and working on creating some different points of interest. We definitely got some green here. So these guys have a lovely green next to their house. Sometimes it's funny how when you look closer later you see so much more. You don't see it at the beginning. So we'll do some gorgeous purple here. And that's dry. Purple. That's, yeah, so that's Morodo, that's purple. And we're going to do our rich phthalo blue that we've used before. We've got some white, but we'll add some more white on there as well. Pop that in there. And it's not perfectly even, so we're bringing the water in, and the shore is not perfectly even. So here there was actually some rocks that were joining the waterfront, and I am just putting some highlights of white in here over the purple. It wasn't even, and the shorelines aren't going to be even, so I just sort of made sure that they were kind of moving in and out. I really hope that you're enjoying the painting. I'm loving doing it. And yeah, so here I'm just really working on getting those turquoise colors in there. It's such a beautiful color, turquoise, and yeah, I can definitely see it in the picture, and I'm really just doing the final touches at this point. I'm mostly finished the picture. Going back into the mountains and around the houses, I'm just creating a little bit more of the depth of color. So yeah, there was some deep, rich greens in there and richness of color. So I'm just making sure those go in. Something really special about painting places that you visit, and you keep those memories forever on canvas. And I encourage you, if you are an artist, to definitely do it when you can and when there's an opportunity, because their memories you always hold. So I finished, and the last thing I need to do is to sign this picture. So it's a really happy feeling. SJ is in. And that's a wrap. Let's have a closer look at this. I do like to debrief after painting, and this painting was very special because it was a town that I was absolutely mesmerized by. And it felt like such a faraway place after going on a train and going through the Scottish Highlands and arriving at this harbour town. It seemed like it was far away from everything. It was so peaceful and it was so lovely. So I really wanted to capture the magic of that moment, the magic of that town. So I really used the colors to create the mood and vibrancy of the day. Now the thing is, I was at the end of summer, but it was still a very chilly day that day, but the sun was shining, and I really wanted to capture the bits of color that came out in the sky. So the blue was still shining through, which I think it captured. The other thing is, it's a town, it's a beautiful town, and across the water there's beautiful houses and little township, and I thought, wow, that would be great to capture. So I'm really happy with it. I didn't want to spend too much time in detail because I wanted to keep it still very impressionistic. Some of the challenges of these sort of pictures is how much detail do you actually put into the houses, and that's a personal preference. So I could spend hours and hours working on those houses, but that's not my style. I do love the sky, and I feel like it's the essence of the day. It was one of those days that it went from rain to sun to wind, and it was sort of backing and forthing. But at this particular moment, the sun came out and it was breezy, and I feel like I've captured the mood of that moment. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really look forward to sharing my art with you. Next time I will be sharing a bit of a behind the scenes of painting this picture and some other sharings from my studio days. So be sure to join me in a couple of weeks for that. And then after that, I have a whole new series that I will be starting, and I am so excited to get into that. Anyway, the sun is going down, so it's time to finish up. I look forward to the next time that we see each other.